Update. My 26 meters girlfriend 25F has grown distant after I got beat up defending a group of girls being harassed. Thank you for the update and the additional information to add context. I wish you well in your relationship. As a girl, I want to thank you up for standing up for the two girls. Not a lot of people would have done that, especially if they knew that they weren't as strong as the other person. And it takes a whole lot of courage. I'm glad they had someone to protect them, and we really need more people like you. Edit. Thanks for all of the awards, y'all. Yes, I was attacked after ignoring catcalls on my way home from a late night class in university. And if it weren't for a couple of brave and selfless lads who heard me crying out and threw themselves in to help me and got a broken jaw and a nose respectively, I can't imagine how horribly my life would have changed that night. Some men are golden. And op is one. I was attacked after ignoring catcalls on my way home from a late night class in university. This makes me frustrated and angry and scared. I hate that we have to consider some guy's feelings when we are being harassed just in case he decides ignoring him is some affront to his fragile ego and decides to prove his masculinity by hurting someone. I'm so sorry that happened to you. And thank God for those guys who didn't mind their own business and got involved. Exactly why I carry pepper spray everywhere I go. There's good and bad people in this world. And if I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time and some guy decides no means yes, I have some kind of defense. Especially if there's no guy like op around. Don't listen to the people saying mind your business. Opus. You're the salt of the earth. Those girls will likely never forget what you did for them, and as a fellow female I seriously thank you for looking out for them. I work overnights by myself. 4 feet 11. 100 lbs. Men like op are what make my nights easier. It's definitely not men's job to insert themselves into sticky or unpleasant situations, but they do, and they might not even realize just how much that means to us women. I've met lots of creepy men. They wanna see me smile if I'm working all alone. How long I'm alone for? Am I scared by myself? Just having one or two men like op come in the store who ask if I'm okay. Wait around if someone seems sketchy. Tell me if something suspicious is happening outside. One man even gave me a pocket knife of his for safety. While it might seem like small gestures to them, or just what they were raised to be, like it huge for me, and is why I'm able to work overnights in less fear. Sometimes just hanging around the store a few extra minutes, so the creepy guy doesn't have any time alone with the clerk is enough. When I worked retail, I would never let my female coworkers go to their cars alone after closing. Usually we would go as a group. You did well, Jude. You did really well, both in what you did standing in for those girls and what you are now doing with your girlfriend. Not every argument can be won by using fists. And not every battle you fight you are going to win. But doing the right thing is when you start actually winning for real, and even though you may think you lost a fight, you should understand and be happy with the fact that you won anyway. You stood up for what was right. And that's a win in my book. If everyone did as the naysayers claim and minded your own business, well, it just makes the world a darker place. Unless people like yourself stand up, even at the risk of coming out second best, things just turn slowly to shit. You and I, and others here, know that this is not the world we wish to live in. So work through this with your GF. Do the therapy, and keep talking about things. You'll both get to a much better place. And live a long and happy life, and never be afraid of doing what is right. This comment is spot on. You're a winner. Op. From a 22-year-old female. I appreciate what you did and wish more men were brave enough to do the same. You're badass even with the broken rib. I'm a 35F and I agree so much with your comment. I truly wish more people were this way. The world would a much better place with more men like this. I commend you, op. You are a winner, and I hope someday your girlfriend can heal from her past and be able to truly appreciate you for the kind of man you are. I hope that makes sense. So glad you and your girlfriend were able to come together and talk about it. And thank you for stepping up in that situation with the girls. Best wishes. At first, I honestly thought there was nothing she could say that would excuse her behavior. But this was really unexpected. Just goes to show how we are way too quicker to judge people as good or bad sometimes. I looked back at the comments on the original post and most of them are saying to dump her and that she's a piece of s and doesn't deserve up who is a perfect human. It's not the first time I've seen a situation like that on this sub. I get how things appeared from the information given there, but it still bothers me. People think they know everything from one tiny snippet of a stranger's life told from one perspective. I'm a woman who has been in uncomfortable situations like that countless times. And I've never had a man stand up for me before. You did an amazing thing. And those women must have been so incredibly grateful. Good luck to you and your girlfriend moving forward. Edit. Why are you all so proud of being complicit in a world where women are harassed constantly? Y'all in the replies are making me sad for humanity. I'm not speaking of obligation. And I'm not entitled to other people's help. But damn, I don't think that saying people should try to help when there's injustice in front of them is anything outrageous. Why'd I single out men? Because women have helped me all the time. It's not that people haven't helped. It's that men haven't helped. Also, I'd never ask another woman to put herself in the middle of a harassment situation voluntarily. When she's likely subjected to so many involuntarily. It's terrifying. Finally. It's mind-blowing to me that these clarifications seem necessary. I shared my experience. Nothing else. And didn't try to use my story as anecdotal evidence of anything. This is only slightly related, and I hope you don't mind me sharing my experience. Outside my house I heard a couple, man and woman, arguing and yelling on the street across from me. I shouted out, "Hey, do you know him?" And the woman responded, "Yes." F off. So I did. I felt like I did the wrong thing until I texted my best girlfriend, and she said I absolutely did the right thing, even if she was being in her about it. Yeah, in domestic disputes it's unfortunately not uncommon for the victim to stand up for the abuser. Even in much more clear-cut cases than the one you're describing me. But you definitely did the right thing. However, in cases where a stranger is harassing a woman or a group of women, I think the victims will be much more appreciative of any intervention. Yeah, in domestic disputes it's unfortunately not uncommon for the victim to stand up for the abuser. They were arguing and yelling. Who's to say he was even abusing her? She might have started the whole fight. This jumping to conclusions that the girl is always the victim mentality is dangerous to men. Disclaimer, I'm not advocating domestic violence. But people need to realize it's not always man on woman abuse. People telling Op he should have minded his own business and not helped are the kind of people who don't deserve the ground they're sitting on. It's one thing to not want to help someone. But to have such a disgusting mentality to tell someone to not help someone is pure evil. I genuinely hope these people never breed. Yup. Bystander effect is a real thing. And not wanting to potentially put yourself in harm's way is understandable, and I wouldn't hold it against someone for not intervening in situations like these. People get shot over the most mundane road incidents. Strangers are unpredictable. And you never really know how quickly a confrontation with a random person can escalate. But to actively be against other people intervening when someone's being harassed, or to give someone S for deciding to step in and do what they can do to help is fucked up. It reminds people of their own perceived shortcomings. Which is threatening. You left out the part of the story that says he was arrested and he'll be paying for damages. What about that? Haha, that never fucking happens except for when the good guy wins. I'll bet this dude who is brave as S guy has to pay it through his own insurance that he hopefully has. The wise Tortoise has spoken. If we are to raise them, we are to raise them strong. We are to raise them strong enough to be compassionate when faced with disparity. We are to raise them strong enough to know courage in the face of fear, and to be honest in times of doubt. We will show them hope, because without it, life is not worth living. Raise them to know ambitions, to know heart, and show them that this world is conquerable. Have faith in them. And you will see that they will have faith in you. Trust in one another as a family. And show them the value of good friends, because that will never lead them astray. With this you will find them to be kind, courteous and gentle, helping of the worlds around them. If we raise them strong, They will change those worlds for the better. And in turn we might learn from their example. We wish you strength in the coming future, through the good times and the bad. We wish you hope in times of dismay, and in time. We hope that you find peace. This is an example of what raising them well looks like. This man has the quality of person every parent should aspire to create. Someone who chooses action, where all others choose inaction. Op. I don't give a rest about what anybody else says. You did the right thing. And despite your losses, you did a good thing. To any one person who reads this post and thinks the same things as he was told. That was dumb. Or you shouldn't have done that. I hope you never have children. Because they will only serve to be raised as the man who put this guy in the hospital. And of that, there is no pride. Wow, that was beautiful to read. I'm not a native speaker and it still gave me chills. Thank you for this. You did the right thing. Fam. Fuck that dude. And I'm glad you and your girlfriend worked things out. That said, please buy some pepper spray as soon as possible. If you're the type of person to intervene on other people's behalf when they are in danger, which is the same type of person I am, you need to carry mace with you at all times. Clearly her issues were a big part of why she did what she did. Your GF has a lot of work she needs to do in counseling. It is also important that you own your feelings as they are valid. In therapy you need to share your feelings with her about her abandoning you in your time of need. How it has affected your trust in her and what you will need from her in the future. This must take place before you ever consider marriage.